I'm on Facebook Live from the library.
West Liberty City Council regular meeting, June 15th, 7:30 p.m. Prior to our regular meeting, we did have a work session on the 2080 agreement with the ambulance and fire, and it was a discussion only. So we're ready to start the meeting. The mayor is ill tonight. He is not with us, and Robbie Rock is not with us.
He's no longer with us.
Not with us. Lee Gertz is with us in person, and Danny's on, Leo's on. Okay, are we good? Ally's there. Ally waved at us. Okay, the first item is the approval of the agenda, please.
Motion to approve agenda.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Passes 4-0. Approval of the consent agenda, which includes the regular council meeting minutes, June 1st, 2021, the city clerk treasurer reports for April 2021, and renewal of several cigarette permits.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Next item is the vendor voucher claims list in the amount of $1,315,067.85.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions, discussion? None?
Just a discussion real quick.
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem, again, a larger amount is you're reflecting bond payments. So it's that time of the year, so your bond payments are reflecting on your claims list. That was all Miss Pro Tem Mayor.
Yes.
Which was nearly $1 million right
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Public comments and or correspondence. Do we have any correspondence that's been sent to us?
No, we have not received any public correspondence.
Do you have anything, Dave? Kara?
I did have one resident address a possible nuisance issue. I forwarded on to the city clerk.
Okay.
I have nothing.
I know I have nothing. Okay. So, and there's nobody in the public, is there?
I do not
I
have
will-
anyone
You don't see anything?
raising hands and asking to speak.
Okay. We'll move on. Old business. Ordinance 20210601-4, the second reading on an ordinance establishing a storm water utility.
Motion to approve second reading of ordinance establishing stormwater utility.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion, questions? This is a roll call vote. Dave,
Yes.
Kara,
Yes.
Jose,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Passes 4-0. Under new business, a resolution 20210615-29, a resolution to approve pay estimate number 2 in the amount of $120,912.13 to SG Construction for the Police and City Hall Building Improvement Project.
We have you on here in case you have any questions. I'm sorry.
Motion to approve pay estimate number 2 to SG. Right?
Yes,
Second motion.
we have a motion and a second. Leo, is there anything you want to add?
Oh, you're
And
muted.
you. Leo, you're on mute.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, the structural engineer and the architect were there today. They reported to me that everything was going reasonably well and that they thought things are progressing on schedule. So I recommend approval of the pay estimate.
Okey-dokey. Dave,
Yes.
Kara,
Yes.
Jose?
Yes.
Passes 4-0. Set a public hearing for a public hearing on an ordinance establishing regulations of operating golf carts, ATVs, and UTVs in the city of West Liberty for July 6th. This is a follow-up on our last meeting that we needed some restructuring.
That happened, yeah.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. So are we going to be ready for the public hearing on this?
Yes, you will be provided a draft prior to the public hearing.
Okay. So do we have a motion to set the public hearing?
Motion set public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to set the public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 4-0. Set a date for the public hearing on July 6th on an application to change the agricultural zone to the mixed R1, R2, R3 for a mixed residential development at the northeast corner of East Rainbow Drive and Garfield. This was due to some mailing issues that happened at the time. Not everyone was given the information within the parameter that needed to go out. So we have to start this one over again also. So we need to set another public hearing.
On July 6th, is that correct?
Yes.
Motion to approve date of public hearing on
Okay.
July 6th.
We have a motion and a second to set a public hearing on July 6th for the agricultural zone to mixed.
And
Oh,
just, I'm
yes.
sorry, just to add a little more to the discussion, Monday, June 21st, the planning and zoning will have their public hearing to hear from any of the property owners and discuss, and the preliminary plat will be reviewed at that meeting as well.
Okay. Thank you. All those in favor? Oh,
Aye.
wait, no, yep. Okay, we're okay. I had to see where I was at. Is that a yes?
Aye.
Okay. Sorry.
Got it.
I'm so busy with resolutions and everything, I forgot that. Approval of service agreement with B&K to provide professional design and construction administrative services for the Rainbow and Maxon Street improvements in the amount not to exceed $314,876.22. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve service agreement with B&K.
And a second?
Second.
And a second. Leo, do you have anything you want to say?
What our plan is to get that, start surveying probably in July, and then try to have it designed so we can have a spring bid opening.
Okay.
And just a reminder, this was in the capital improvement project that we approved earlier this year. And that's within the budget that we had for our CIP.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 4-0. Receive and file. This next item is a receive and file item. Acknowledgements by the Rural Ambulance Board and Rural Fire District to accept the extensions for the current 28E agreements.
Motion to receive and file acknowledgement, 2080.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, so we will have to send this to the state, correct?
I
Because
will,
it is an extension to the agreement that we already had filed.
I will
So
follow up with our attorney and provide an answer. to
I
you.
just want to make sure that we don't.
And that's the way I understood it was,
Yes.
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Reports. Leo?
Quickly, the well number 2, still need to get with Northway. I believe they're going to start in July, but I need to have a meeting with them so we can have a pre-construction meeting so we can take care of any problems they might have as far as the coordination with the electrical department. Next thing, we talked about City Hall. The last thing we did is the Geary property, Alta Ventures 3 and 4 is what it was called. We did review that site plan, drainage, and provided the city a letter last week on that. So just wanted to let you know that one's completed. That's all I had today.
Thank you.
When do we see that?
I'll make sure that we get that before you, for the next month.
Willie, quarterly report. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, are there any general questions? concerns and whatnot, but I can give you a quick highlight. Some of the items, highlight from the report is, one, we've been working with University of Iowa, ICAD, on a program called EdTech. We're informed that our community and schools are in the running to be a lab school community. We'll infuse technology, funding. It'll bring people from the state, the region, and from all over the country to West Liberty to focus on some of their advancements in education technology. So that's going to be a big improvement. Schools build houses, houses build economic development. That's why there's a plan we're moving forward with. We're working with the county, and we'll be eventually working with some of the IEDA state officials on some housing initiatives and applying for a neighborhood revitalization grant. And that's going to be moving forward. We're kind of working through the process there. The big thing is that we were selected and approved as a recipient for a $100,000 grant from the IEDA for one of our buildings downtown. And that was something that we've been working through. Lee and I worked in coordination to get that pushed through and submitted on time. Relationship with the IEDA has given us some concrete fruit to go from, and it's going to be something that's really going to spur that further growth. So as the official press release comes out, we'll let it go. There's some paperwork and filings that have to happen before we make it official on which building and where, but we were approved for $100,000. So things are moving forward. Things are going the right direction. I met with one of the developers today just to go over plans for where the development is moving forward and to talk about two new ones that will be coming down the pipe as we move forward. So things are going the right direction.
Good.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Joseph, just a little bit on that, I can tell you again, Joe did a really nice job. He stayed on top of the grant. It's not just about the work that we put into the grant, but it requires ongoing communication with the building owner and collecting a lot of documents and data to file. So Joe did a really good job of doing that. Also, it is one of the buildings without naming we can't name the address, but I can tell you it's already one of the buildings that the city has partnered in with
Yes.
our local grant. So
It's been a great example of how the partner working together and driving forward.
And that's the IDEA.
IEDA, yep. This is the Catalyst grant.
Okay, yeah.
We were actually one, and so the grant goes to 5 cities, but 3 of those cities are populations of 1,500 or below. So that means we were one of 2 grants that were selected for the remaining. So we're one of 2 in the entire state. We're gonna push for another one here coming next year.
Yeah.
Good job.
and then just a reminder, July 1 will open up again the
Yeah.
city's economic development grant.
So there's gonna be multiple applications rolling for that. So it's, the city grant has done exactly what we had hoped. It's started a domino effect. And it's just gonna go.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure.
Water, sewer, anything to add?
No, don't have anything to add. It's pretty uneventful month, so.
I do have a question for
Danny?
Danny. My husband.
You might have to speak up just a
Oh,
little.
can you hear me? Hello, Danny, can you hear me? I think we lost him.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay,
My husband has some concerns because when he turns on our taps, first thing in the morning, brown water comes out. And so I just thought I would just mention that and see if you had any suggestions or if you knew.
Not sure why that would happen. Maybe we can come around, flush your hydrant. Do you have a water softener by chance? I would check there first. Maybe
Okay.
pipe, or if you have any pre-filters or anything in your house, maybe
No.
check that. Because filters and water softeners can get old and dirty and they can start lagging. But now when the water leaves the water plant, it's clean. But if we need to flush around your house, we can. Absolutely. I'll follow up with you on that though.
Okay,
sure.
thank you.
Yep.
We'll set a service request, on that with, Councilmember McFerrin.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Danny.
Of course.
Wastewater.
Make that.
Craig's not with
Yep,
us.
Craig,
Anything
is
you want?
not available this evening. He is out of town. He did not have anything more to add to his report.
Okay.
He did provide me something, to hand out to each council member. I'll make sure when it's appropriate to get that over to you.
Okay. Park and Rec.
I did not receive a report, and I do not see Nick on tonight.
Okay.
I can just tell you that, from an administration, the pool is a booming business right now. It is going very well, and they're making some really good revenue. So he did get another lifeguard certified. I think right now it's 12, 13 now, maybe with this one. And yeah, they've been very busy, and the staff, his cashiers are doing well. They're coming in and handling the bags. So things are running very well on that side of it. And outside of those, from an IT, again, Nick's been working with us on setting up some more functions with our cloud component there with Encode. And we're in hopes to upgrade to a new link for the website for in coordination with the credit card processing soon too. So that's just real quick what I know is going on that side of the house. Lane has continued to pick up the slack on the communication. And so right now what you see on the website and Facebook is the work that's being done by Jacob, and we appreciate it and his extra time and his expertise of doing that. So, okay, that's all I have.
Ally, anything you want to add to your report?
Yes, I did speak with Terry Gert regarding the concrete work that we're going to have done according to our capital improvement plan. He's going to try to stop by sometime and take a look at our sidewalks out front, make sure that we know what we need to do to make sure that everything's ADA compliant and evened out. I think it's just been a lot of settling and heaving out front, and then we do need some additional railings. And to repair some railings. And then we did receive we partnered with the Heritage Foundation, West Liberty Heritage Foundation, in a project to digitize our newspapers. So those should soon be available online. I'm not sure the timeline. The board has to approve the project tomorrow, but we have received $16,500.
Good. Okay. And we have a report from Kurt. I saw in here for the fire department. So that's all of the reports.
The chief had just added that they had a major fire in the rural area. It's still under investigation, but sounds like they'll probably have more details possibly in the future on his next report.
All righty.
So-
Now we need to go into a closed session according to Iowa Code Section 21.5.1 subsection I, to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation and that individual's request a closed session. So at this point, we need a motion to go into closed session.
Motion to go into closed section for Iowa Code Section 21.5.1.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are now going into closed session.
Okay, and if you would just give me a few minutes
Okay.
to set everything.
No.
We are back on.
The owl didn't talk to me. The owl didn't talk to me. Was it supposed to talk to me?
It's been recording.
Okay,
I have to record them.
okay. We have had a closed session and no decisions were made on anything. Is there anything else anybody needs?
Yeah, I did want to make a mention that some time ago, I had done some coffee with council, opening myself up for anybody who's interested in meeting. And I'm considering doing that again. That I'd like input from the rest of my colleagues here, as well as city staff, as to how to proceed. But I'm thinking of doing that on Saturday, July 17th. At a public location where people can just come and go.
Okay,
So,
good for you. That's okay. I would throw it out if anybody wants to come help paint my house. I'd talk to them all they want.
Well, everybody, to each his own,
Yeah.
how they want to do.
Just a quick reminder, so this Thursday, we will have the city manager, interview, candidates process. And that, at 4 o'clock at the library, you can meet the candidates. They will each give, there are 4 candidates, they will each give a presentation. And then at 5 o'clock, council will go into a closed session to.
What time are the interviews?
What time do we start?
The interviews start at 9 a.m., but I will have Elizabeth Hanson, the consultant, follow up with everyone and provide you the schedule for the day, just like we had done previously last Thursday.
That's all we're doing it here, correct?
Council will be at the library, staff will be at the bank. West Liberty State Bank has offered their boardroom again, and then the panel for the community will be at Weebly building. So, and again, we would like to say we did have local restaurants. We had a local bakery, we had Savor, we had Just Market, and then the country club provided the venue for a larger space for lunch. So, and thanks to the staff for organizing. So
It went well. I thought it went well. And we were, I don't think we started interviewing until like 10:30, quarter to 11.
I know that they like to, I think have you at the meeting
And
and
meet and greet, yeah.
in the morning and then to have refreshments, and then the consultant then Elizabeth will then provide the information to all of the panels at that time. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So I think, yeah.
anything else? Are we good? Motion to adjourn? Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.